still doing Ramcon in my head.
Uh-huh. You want to take the car out on the salt flats and you can really just, do whatever you want.
That'd be really appropriate if I just went on salt flats and did whatever I want right now.
I don't know. What do you want to do right now?
That's a very inappropriate question.
Does it involve you and me in this back seat?
Potentially.
Potentially. Okay. I don't know. To answer your question about the dates, he's ready to give me the moon and the stars. He really is. I don't know if I want that though. Like, I don't. I'm having. Okay. I like him a lot. Don't get me wrong. I care about him a lot. I'm struggling.
Coming on.
I'm struggling to find those romantic feelings, though. And I don't want to hurt him.
It's very mature.
I feel like if I break it off, he's gonna get really crushed.
You want to break it off?
It's been a thought that's crossed my mind.
It's way more crueler to not break it off when you want to than it is to break it off.
True.
We've had this conversation before in a way. You don't know, or even worse, if you know that it's not what you want, then that's what it is.
I'm not sure what I want because I would be a very lucky woman to have him be in my life like that. He's an amazing man.
Potentially, but it depends on how he makes you feel, not how he treats you or what he does for you. He could be the most incredible Prince Charming you've ever met. If you don't have a feeling or connection, then it's moot. Doing a score sheet of the pros and cons, and just because he has so many amazing traits that any woman will be lucky to be with him, doesn't mean he's the right person if it's not what you're feeling.
I don't think I am.
Well, you still got time to figure that out because I wouldn't drop that bomb while he's going through the drug trafficking thing.
You heard about that, huh?
It's kind of hard not to.
Yeah. He didn't actually do anything wrong.
Don't doubt that for a second.
This we have very strong reason to believe this whole thing was planted by either Kelly Banana herself or somebody from her campaign team. Because the guy who bought Gerrin's RV is one of her clients, and the guy that tipped off Riley works for the Bean Machine, and the Bean Machine is very solidly behind Kelly. So we've got we don't have enough to officially, like, there's not enough there to actually say that she's behind it or her campaign's behind it, but it's just very coincidental. And then yesterday, all of our businesses got vandalized. Mine, Tequila Law, gas station. Someone went and tagged up all three of the businesses with signs that said Gerrin Lupo's drug trafficker.
Yeah, so this may not be the best time.
No. He needs me right now.
It gives you time to work stuff out, but just keep in mind, the longer, if you decide, the longer it takes, the worse it'll be.
I know. He wants to take me out for dinner again.
How do you feel?
Apprehensive. I'd much rather it be you taking me out to dinner, but I know that's not going to happen, so.
I'm still a complicated mess.
Well, guess what? We've got plenty of seats at the complicated mess table.
I'm not opposed to dinner. And the whole swimming lessons isn't off the table or anything. It's just, it's not a symbol.
It's never simple with you.
No. That's for sure. That better not be why you're apprehensive about him.
Why? Because I'd rather be with you? I mean, you've made it really clear that that's not an option right now.
I don't like it when you phrase it that way.
But it's the truth.
Mostly. Given the choice between assuring you that it will or telling you that it's not, I'll go with the telling you that it's not because I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure of anything right now.
I know, which is why I said it's not an option right now. Doesn't mean that it won't, that things will always stay that way.
It doesn't mean that what I said to you wasn't true.
I understand. I also don't want people thinking that I'm using Gerrin for this election either.
I don't think anyone thinks that.
There's just so much uncertainty in my life right now. I don't know if I'm keeping my job at the end of the month. I don't know what's going to happen with my business. Kind of feel like our little friend group is
Non-existent.
falling apart.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm a part of it anymore. To be completely honest with you.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I think too many within that group are people who just want to hear what they want to hear. And I go against the grain too much for them.
You know I'm always going to be there for you, right? No matter what.
And you know I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't referring to you.
I know. It's not me.
I mean, you specifically are an exception to what I'm talking about. Yeah, like, I don't know what the fuck Bird is doing. Harvey, like I said, Harvey just kind of wants to hear what he wants to hear. Mueller is Mueller. Such a child.
Yeah, he really is.
Katie is fine, but Katie also will most of the time blindly go along with what's being said unless she's blindly pissed off about something, and then she won't listen to reason.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with Kenzi. She was really angry at Harvey and I the last time I saw her.
He's got no ill will towards you.
Are you sure about that?
100%. Harvey needs to smarten the fuck up if he wants any kind of chance of maintaining that friendship.
I don't think he does, based on the conversations I've had with him.
Well, based on conversations he's had with Kenzi, he's not acting like it. Girl needs space. His idea of space is give it a couple of hours And I know he didn't mean for it to sound that way, but the way he described being the ICU for her, it's almost like he did it because he expected her to wake up, be all appreciative, and get back together with him.
I don't think he expected that. The ICU fight was a mess. I got upset with her because I was on the phone with her. We were out in Sandy in the middle of the night, searching through the middle of nowhere, looking for Sunny. I turn around, I climb a rock, I turn back around, and she's gone. I can't find her. I call her phone. I'm like, where are you? She goes, I'm in the middle of the desert. I said, that doesn't help me. So I hear her go, oh God, oh God. And I said, what? And she goes, mountain lion. And so I tried to quickly send her a tracking request so I could find her, but the mountain lion got her and she dropped her phone before she could accept the tracking request.
Okay.
And that's why. And I'm driving around in the dark trying to find her, honking my horn, hoping she'll hear it. I don't know where the fuck she is. So that's why that night in the heat, I sent that text. I said, guys, I need help with the ping. Yeah. And the person who came to help was Harvey. And between the two of us, we were able to find her because he was still tracking her phone at least.
Right.
Long story short, we get to her. She's heavily bleeding. I had to tourniquet her leg with my shirt. Couldn't get 911 answer, so we took her to Sandy. I'm still trying to provide basic first aid, like what I know how to do. Keep that leg elevated, tourniquet, like try to just staunch the bleeding as much as I can. Finally, EMS shows up, and they're like, well, yeah, she needs to go to Zona. This looks like a job for a doctor. Get to the hospital. The doctor's like, yeah, this needs emergency surgery. So she goes in for surgery. Like I said, long story short, the mountain lion bit her, nicked her femoral artery in her leg. She's bleeding out, essentially. They stitched her up, stuck her in an ICU room, called Harvey and I up after she was stable, and basically said, our recommendation is that she's here for 2 days. So she can rest. She lost a lot of blood. Her body needs to heal, basically. Harvey's like, I'll stay the night with her. I said, okay, I will come and check on you in the morning and make sure she's okay, blah, blah, blah. So I wake up Saturday, and 2 minutes after I've been awake, Harvey's calling me, and he goes, you need to get here now. She's trying to leave. And, this is, 13 hours after she had emergency life-saving surgery. She's trying to leave and go to work.
The academy, yeah.
Yeah. And so I got pissed because it pissed me off. Let me just put it that way. Because what I saw was my friend who nearly lost her life, and she's treating it like it's fucking nothing. And I get it. It sucks being in the hospital, but sometimes it's where you need to be. And so she was like, look, I'll go to academy. I'm not going to do anything. I just want to be there and kind of watch. And I'm not going to running around or anything. She's like, I just want to go watch. And for me, she didn't need anyone's consent, but for me, I was like, all right, if she's just going to go there and stand, then fine. Let her do what she wants, right? And then Sven from DOC, who's standing there, fucking spills the beans, and he goes, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to do a search party for Sunny. And I didn't know about the DOC search party, but Gerrin and I had kind of made our own little arrangement that he and I were going to go out and look because I didn't know about this DOC thing. So as soon as Sven spills the beans, she gets all mad. She asks, "Did you know about this?" And because I kind of absently said, "Yeah, I did." But what I meant to say was, "Yeah, I was going to go look. I didn't know about the DOC thing." But she just got so mad at Harvey and I because she's like, "You weren't going to tell me. You're lying to me. You know, I thought we were friends. How could you do this? How could you lie to me? Blah, blah, blah." And I've not had really the opportunity to talk to her about that and explain why I did what I did.
Yeah, because she only really got up for the academy,
Mm-hmm.
and she's mostly been resting since. Even the couple times I've seen her, it was literally just we drove somewhere and we talked, and that was it. Then she went back to bed, taking it easy.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's not pissed off with you, Lola. But that story does not invalidate what Harvey said to me and what he did to her.
I mean, I don't really know what's going on between the two of them.
Yeah, it was a couple. It was probably I think a day or two after that. I'm with her and she gets a text from him saying he wants to talk alone. So I drop her down to the beach, and apparently he kind of just like started talking and assuming that they were just like all best kind again, like nothing ever happened,
Mm-hmm.
and was just being weird. And then that degenerated into a fight between the two of them. She called me and said she wanted to be picked up. I got down there. She was like half a mile away from the lifeguard shack that I dropped her off at. And then she got in the car and I took her away and we talked for a bit. And he texted me saying that he said, "I tried, Jake. I really did." I told him it's been a few days. You need to let shit chill. You can't expect things just go back to normal this soon, dude. And this is the part where I think he expected ICU to fix everything, and why I am not overly impressed at how disingenuous it feels why he was even there. Because he said, "Well, I will let it chill for a while now. She will have to come to me and let me know now," which is what it should have been in the first place. He needed to let her come to him. But anyway, he said, "I woke up when she was in need to help locate her, stayed with her in ICU, and it seemingly did not matter at all. She removed me from the tracking again. I'm done not asking to be put back on. If she is lost, and so be it." He because he was in the ICU, he was doing it to basically try and get like back into her good graces.
I see.
And that's not out of context. That's word for word what he said. How would you interpret that?
Yeah, I believe you.
I told him, like, "Bruh, I know this isn't the case, but when you say you stayed with her in the ICU and it did nothing at all, it makes it really sound like you're doing that shit just to try to get her back. You helping her and being there matters, yes, but it doesn't mean the relationship is going to be back all of a sudden. I know, but I know she appreciates what you did." And then he came back and said, "No, it's to show her that she still has friends and people who care about her." Which, if that was the case, why is he saying that being nice to you didn't matter at all? If like it was about all of her friends and shit, it's just dumb. But yeah, she got into a fight and then she removed him from tracking because apparently he was tracking her. Like not during this incident, but like just every now
In
and then she would
general.
get yes.
Yeah. Let's see. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And then he texted me the next day, "Do you know if she also removed me from her emergency contacts?" How does it sound like he's giving her space?
He did tell me that he went to Pine and tried to convince Pine to tell him if he was still an emergency contact.
Does that sound like giving her space? Like, does that sound
No.
normal to you?
No.
I told him, like, honestly, I don't know. But even if I did, dude, that's not the question you should be even curious about. You need to Kenzi detox, dude. Questions not like that are the opposite of what you got to be doing. And then he said he was going to do that. I told him, let me know if he needs anything. And he said, we'll see, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But trying to not just completely obliterate this man when I see him, because I'm tired of people walking around with this victim complex as if, you know, everyone's against them, and they're so innocent and they're being wronged when it's all about him not being able to deal with his own feelings and pushing her away, which has alienated her from everybody else. And she doesn't even know what these texts that I had. I'm not telling her that he texted me these things.
Yeah.
But
I get that.
it's fucked up. Yes, I know she's the one that ended things, but the fact that nobody seems to actually really care about how the breakup is affecting her, it's kind of fucked. It's oh, poor Harvey. But he's been a creep and fucking.
Yeah. Give me just a second here.
But yeah, her pushing it, yes, I would have yelled at her too. But I mean, that's what we all do that. Like, disinfected gunshot wound. And how many times did fucking we find out Katie or Muller's in the fucking hospital for some bullshit reason? Like, we just do dumb shit. So yeah, so I don't know what this friend group is anymore.
It felt weird at the pool yesterday. Like when everyone showed up. Well, even like when Harvey and Bird and I showed up, it was just Katie and Karma there, and Harvey and I walked up, and they were kind of like, ugh. Like, I don't remember exactly what was said, but it was just kind of was like, what are you doing here kind of vibes.
Yeah. What's basically happened is I feel like I'm still friends on varying degrees individually with basically everybody. As a group, I think it's essentially dead. At least for me. I don't belong in the group.
I don't like hearing you say that. It actually hurts a little.
But it's true though, I don't. Well, honestly, I feel like I should just leave Heat. Because that really only exists for me and Harvey. I mean, you guys have your own chat, so Yeet, the only difference between that and Yeet is me and Harvey.
Listen, I did not feel comfortable talking in that chat at all because I feel like it's very exclusionary.
It's fine. It's a girls' night thing. Whatever. That's what I mean. Like, and Harvey, I think, subconsciously has always had an issue with me. Me and Kenzi got really close really fast, and I think he doesn't know how to deal with it. He doesn't understand that, like I said, I'd more enjoy sticking my dick in the exhaust pipe of the Sultan than putting it in Kenzi. It's like she's literally like a
visual
sister.
Reference.
I've used it like 3 times now. I'm not that creative. I told her this before. I'm like, I'm as sexually attracted to that dumpster as I am to you. And I don't know if Harvey can understand that. I don't think he can grasp the idea of a guy and a girl being like really fucking close, but not wanting to be that way.
Right.
Kenzi legitimately feels like family. But yeah, talking to the group, it's fine. Like I said, it only excludes me and Harvey. And I don't feel like I belong in Yeet anyway. You're my friend. Katie's my friend. Kenzi. Harvey's someone that I would consider to be a friend, but not on the same level because, again, he harbors animosity. Karma's the main example of people that just don't like when someone says something that they don't want to hear. Like that thing with Kit. dude gets kidnapped by the blocks, and she's like, "We need to put a bell on it." Like, really? That's the time you want to make that joke, and we don't know if he's alive or dead?
Yeah, it's really insensitive.
Yeah, that's why Sophia left the group. That was rough. That was fucked. I slowed down there too, because at one point I said what I said, and then Harvey wrote in there, "Now, come on, let's think of what we're saying before we type it." I man, fuck, I was gonna say I fucking did, and I will keep thinking about it, and then I'm gonna type it. Fucked up to say that. I don't got beef with Karma, but like I said, she's really set in her ways, and she don't like conflict, but she doesn't mind antagonizing for it.
Yeah. I mean, I clearly remember that day in front of the DMV when you got so pissed at her.
Which she emphatically apologized for when we had the conversation, and admitted that it was fucked up and all this shit. But I don't know how much of that was just her just saying what I want to hear. She asked for help with objections in court and then vanished. Like I said, I think individually I'm still friends with everybody, but as a group, I don't think it's someplace I should be. If me leaving the group chat wouldn't provoke a bunch of questions I didn't want to answer, I would probably have already done it instead of just ignoring it.
Yeah. I mean, you can mute it so you don't get the
Basically what I've got done.
Yeah.
Things are fucked up.
Tell me about it.
I just did. I spent the last fucking 10 minutes telling you about it. What the fuck? Jesus. You've been listening.
Yes, I've been
Man.
listening. Sir. Been listening this whole time.
Mm-hmm. Sus.
You're sus.
I am really sus. So stand by what I said. Well, I'm not going anywhere. But things are changing.
I know.
Things have changed.
I know. It's scaring me.
But it shouldn't. There's no reason for it to scare you because those friends are still your friends. Infinitely still in a better spot than you were when I met you. Right?
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up when you met me.
And now?
Less fucked up than I was.
Which is the best thing anybody can. That's the most anyone can ask in this world. So I'm saying you have legitimately serious friends now. Not that he didn't before, but you got people aside from married people.
I have people for now.
But for now,
Jake, he told you this before. People always end up either leaving me behind or the ones that don't want to end up getting pulled away from me for some other reason. Comas, accidents,
Lola,
death,
that's not
cartels.
gonna happen.
Just leaves me in like a constant state of anxiety.
Because you're expecting the worst.
Yeah, of course I am.
You need to stop that.
Alright, let me just turn that switch off in my head, thanks.
See, exactly. There you go. Stop worrying about what's going to happen in the future if the worst happens. Enjoy the time you have now.
Yeah. I did something bad, Jake.
What?
I did something bad.
What?
So, You know, the time I was gone when I had to go to Liberty for like the shows and stuff that I was doing. I got a call the day before I was supposed to fly out from the person who I thought was the promoter, and he said, "Hey, we have some press that we would like you to do. You think you could come a day early?" And I said, "Sure." So that's why I ended up having to kind of leave last minute. So I get there, get on the plane, everything's fine. Get off the plane, I'm at the airport in Liberty, everything's fine. Get to the hotel, still good. Go out to dinner. And I got taken by 3 guys in the back of a van. Okay, context. You know how I used to be married? So, did I tell you the reason I'm not married now?
No.
Okay. So, my ex-husband was involved with a drug cartel operating out of Vice City. And after we had gotten married, we'd only been married for about 6 weeks. And they basically found out where we were living, went to him and said, you either come with us right now back to Vice City, and if you don't, we're going to put a bullet in your wife's head. Because they thought I was making him too soft. I was humanizing him, making him act like a person instead of a cold-blooded killer. I didn't know he was involved with this group at all. He kept it from me the entire time I knew him. And that's why we ended up divorced, because he left me to protect me. Anyway, I don't know if it's because, you know, my music's getting more popular, or I have more exposure now than I did when we were married, because when we were just married, I was literally just starting out as an artist. It was very, very, like, small time. And now things have changed in that regard, and I don't know if it's that he's just being influenced by my music or whatever, but it scared these guys enough to trick me into going to Liberty early so they could take me. And their intention was to make sure I didn't come back to Los Santos. The only reason I did is because I grabbed their gun and put 3 bullets in the man's chest. Without hesitation. That's why I was injured, because they tried to shoot me. It's also why I didn't go to a doctor in Liberty, because I didn't know who I could trust. I was by myself, my phone was broken, and I didn't even feel safe getting on the plane. So I had to figure out another way to get home. And I couldn't call you. I was so scared. I feel like an awful fucking piece of shit because I had to do. I had to do it.
You did what you had to do.
That doesn't make it any easier.
No, it doesn't. But it makes it so we can live with. No choice.
I really hate myself for what I did, even if it was self-defense.
Yeah, it's because you have a human conscience. And you're not meant for that life. But you'll be fine. You never forget it, but it'll pass. Especially if it's your first.
It's not my first.
Well,
I used to do a lot of bad shit.
and even more so. You'll be fine.
I don't know if these guys are planning on tracking me down again. I should be okay for now, but they're smart. They're not gonna just rush in here half-cocked. They'll take their time and wait for opportunity.
Can't worry with the what ifs. What's gotta happen? Just do what you gotta do.
Trust me, I will if I have to. There's a reason why I never got my weapons license or carry any sort of weapon on me. Because I'm afraid of what I will do. Because I know that darkness is inside of me, and I know what it feels like. And it's very seductive.
It's intoxicating.
Yes, it is.
I know. Deal with the shit as it comes. Your job right now is not to worry about it. Just get your head on straight.
Oh, it's perfectly straight when it comes to this. I know what I'll have to do.
Are you sure it's straight? Because you and Bird's sister was kind of, I don't know.
Jessica is a dark temptation for me.
There's nothing really straight about your thoughts on her.
Okay. Not
It's
like
it's
that.
the month.
Not
Might as
like
well
that.
give it a shot.
She represents. She
Have some pride in
reminds me
yourself.
a lot. Okay. She reminds me a lot of a life I tried to leave behind. She offered me cocaine today, and I almost said yes. In front of the
Don't do that.
DMV.
I don't ever do that.
That's what I mean. It was really hard for me to say no.
Of course, it's Coke is fucking amazing.
Yes, it is. You feel invincible for about 5 minutes. I used to do a line when I would be running from the cops. Because it's like your world, it's like the world around you slows
I would
down.
assume you did more than one line. Like,
Well,
only one racing line to get away from the cops. It's pretty impressive.
no, a Coke line.
Now I picture like the road, but instead of paint, it's Coke. The lines.
Mm.
Yeah, my brain's all over the place. That's not your life now.
I know, but my old life keeps trying to find ways to overthrow the one I've built for myself. Every day is a struggle. But I'm still fighting.
And that's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm. I really care about you, Jake.
What was that?
I really care about you.
I care about you too. Sorry, I'm a fuck up.
I'm sorry I'm a mess.
Quite a pair.
Hmm?
Fucked up mess.
That's us. Hashtag fucked up mess.
What are you doing?
It's fine.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure how much affection to show you.
You can show whatever you want to show, Lola. Pretty sure we've kind of gone past a certain threshold on that.
Several times over. I'm trying to be respectful of your boundaries, that's all.
You know I only set my boundaries for you, right?
I know they're not set for me. They're set for yourself. But
Oh,
I don't...
they're set for you.
Oh.
I don't want this to go far in that physical aspect. And then do a lot of damage emotionally. Because that part of it, there's absolutely zero thing wrong with it.
Right.
It's not fair to you. That's why I said I need to step back.
I don't want you to step back, though.
I don't want to give you the wrong idea for getting physical.
I know that it's just...
Say that, but if we do it, it makes it really difficult and the line gets really blurry.
Yeah.
Especially in this case, because I do care about you. Nothing I said wasn't the absolute truth. I just don't know what it means. I need to find you someone better than Gerrin.
Stop. I really don't think there would be anyone better than Al. And I'm not saying that to try to hurt you, it's just...
It's facts.
He was the love of my life.
He always will be. Go lay down.
You ready for bed?
Getting there.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay as I can be.
You don't want to reach me if you're not. Right?
You know, you'll be the first to know.
Really? I feel like I was the last to know, but a lot of the other shit is happening.
I mean...
Ma'am.
I wanted to tell you about the Liberty stuff, but we've not had a chance to sit down and have a proper talk till just now.
Alright, here, the keys.
Okay.
I think. Oh, the keys are in the ignition. Very good.
Yeah. Are you going to bed?
That's the plan.
Okay.
There.
I'm here if you need me, okay?
And wait first.
Always. I'm only ever a text or phone call away.
Same. Oh.
See, counselor?